Hello friends, SentinalH here, and welcome back to our Techguns tutorial series. In this episode, we're going to take a look at two of the endgame armors, the power armor and the Exosuit. There is another one, it's the HEV suit from Half-Life. That's got a lot of extra features on it though, so we're going to give that its own video, because there's a lot of support things that have to go with it. So that would have been a bit too much, and this video would have been over like a half an hour long if I'd covered all three. So we're going to cover these two. There is still quite a bit to talk about with these two armors. Now, the reason that we haven't talked about these yet is because you need components from the reaction chamber, namely titanium. Once you have access to titanium, though, you can get, well, both of these. So it's a bit weird, really. The tech tree in this mod is a bit funny because you unlock a bunch of different stuff at the same time that are very similar. So unlocking the power armor and the exosuit at the same time seems a bit strange. But as you'll see with both of these, there are definite pros and cons to each, namely in material costs. So let's go into these things. We're going to start with the power armor because, let's be honest, you've been waiting for this, as have I. Definitely based on Fallout. What am I talking about? I was talking about Half-Life earlier. Definitely based on Fallout, but who could blame you? The power armor is beast. Alright. Now, in order to craft this stuff, you need this little guy here on the wall. This is, oh, darn it. This is power plating. Alright? This was a good opportunity to mention that in order to make both of these suits, you're going to need a lot of these 5 materials. For the exosuit, you just need these 4. For the power armor, you need all 5. You're going to need a lot of motors, titanium, carbon mechanical parts, elite circuit boards, and power plating for the power armor. Yeah, so that's the stuff that it requires. Now, in order to make this power plating, you got to use the fabricator. Alright, so we're back to using that now. But you can't make it until you get titanium, so you need to wait for the reaction chamber. But anyway, back to the fabricator. In order to get your power plating, you need to put 4 circuit boards, not the elite ones, the normal ones, 1 mechanical part, carbon, and 4 carbon plates into the fabricator, and then add 2 titanium ingots. Fabricator will run, and you'll get 2 power plating from that. 2. Yeah. So you can see how expensive this is going to get as soon as we look at the first recipe, because each recipe for these parts has a lot of power plating in it. So to get yourself the helmet, you're going to need 3 power platings, 1 glass pane, and 2 elite circuit boards. Yeah, this stuff's expensive. For the chest plate, you need 5 power plating, 2 electric engines, and an elite circuit board. For the leggings, you need 4 power plating, 2 electric engines, and an elite circuit board. And for the boots, you need 2 power plating and 2 electric engines. So that's 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power plating, 12, 13, 14 power plating. So you're going to have to make this recipe 7 times. That means that you're going to need, you're going to need 14 titanium ingots, 7 carbon mechanical parts, 28 normal circuits, and 28 carbon plates to get yourself a full suit of power armor. Alright? Once you have that, you can don your power armor. If I hit F5, you can see what this looks like from the back. Oh, wait. Never mind. I'm wearing something extra. Let's go to survival, and I can take that off. That was for earlier. So, this is what the power armor looks like. Obviously, Fallout inspired. Well, Fallout base. This is the Fallout power armor. Hit it again. This is what it looks like from the front. Pretty sick. Alright, so the power armor gives you a couple of different benefits. Well, it gives you a lot of benefits instead of just armor. If we go in and look at the parts, we can see that you do need power for this. The type is RF energy cells. Alright, all you have to do to power the suit is to have an energy cell on you. Now, the one I've got is empty because as soon as the energy cell enters your inventory, the power armor will start drawing from it, okay? So it drained this entire energy cell to get up to 100%. So one energy cell can 100% fill the power armor. Now, if you look at this, the power armor only charges to 3600. Alright, but I'm pretty darn sure that it still drains the entire cell. Even though the Exosuit stores 7200, and it also drains the entire cell. So you need a lot more cells. So make sure you've packed a good amount of energy cells with you. By this point, you should have quite a few, just because, you know, they're relatively easy to make when you get to this tech level. I've been running around in the power armor for a bit, and it's down to 85%. So it is going to drain its power at a decent speed, not crazy high, but I'm pretty sure it drains constantly no matter what you're doing. Actually went back up there for some reason. That was weird. I'm not sure if sprinting and jumping a lot drains it faster, but it does drain at a decent tick. So let's go into this thing. Obviously, you need to make the chest. You can't use the other parts without the chest, because the chest is what takes in the power and then divvies it up to the other parts, okay? So you have to have the chest plate. You don't have to have all the parts, but you gotta have the chest plate. Now, let's go into this and look at the resistances. We got 28% on the armor and rating and on the projectile defense. We got 26% on the explosive, 24% on all of the elemental damages, and then 18% and 12% respectively on poison and radiation. These are all pretty darn good. 7.2s, 6s, and 4.5s. The helmet's at a 6 to a 5. The leggings are from 6 to 5, and the boots are from almost 5, upper 4s, down to 4, and then 3, 2. If we want to compare this to a previous armor, comparing this to the... Let's compare it to the Steam armor, because that's what it's like directly upgraded from, basically. The Steam armor was at 24%. This is at 28%. The Steam armor helmet was at 20% down to 18, 16, and the Exosuit helmet is at 24%. So it is an upgrade, definite upgrade over the Steam stuff. But yeah, that's basically it there. So if we go back to our inventory, you get a couple of extra things here. You get the health bonus, of course. That's the thing that you get with these powered armors. You get the health bonus with the Steam armor, and you get it with the power armor. It equates to 2.5 hearts. Now, it's 4 hearts is what it says, plus 5 hearts, I mean. It's a total of 5 hearts. 2 on the chest and 1 on everything else for a total of 5. I'm only getting 2.5 of the little hearts on the thing there, which is why I tended to think that each one of those hearts is technically 2 health, but I'm not sure. But you do get the extra health, which is nice. On the helmet, you get 5% mining speed, 20% knockback resistance. You get another 5% mining speed on the chest with 35% mining knockback resistance. The mining speed is 5% on everything basically, and then you get knockback resistance on every single component. And then on the feet, you get a fall damage reduction and a fall height reduction. All right, and step assist. So you're getting quite a nice, decent little chunk of mining speed. You know, you're getting 20% in total. You're also getting 35, 55, 70, 80. You're getting 100% knockback resistance. So you shouldn't be able to get knocked back at all while wearing the power armor, because it's got 100% knockback resistance. This is the only armor that gives you that, and that's really cool, because it means that you just can't be knocked back, which can be extremely useful if you're fighting around, you know, dangerous chasms and stuff, if you don't want to get pushed off. It'd be quite useful in the nether, I think, because you wouldn't have to worry about getting shoved off into the lava, because you can't get pushed back. Now, obviously with the step assist, that means that you can just walk against blocks and go up them. It's also got jump boost. It's got a built-in jump pack. Okay, jumps you about that high. And I did take a little damage there because that was higher than I'm allowed to fall with the fall reduction. No, that is too. So let's see how far we can fall. That far without taking damage. Very good, very nice. Now what we'll do is we'll spawn some zombies. And we'll go stand in there and we'll go see the damage they're able to deal to me. It shouldn't be very much. They should really struggle to hurt me. Hello. See this guy? He can't push me back. He can't push me back. And he's actually not even able to, wasn't even able to hurt me because of I was healing, actually. Darn it, I don't have any guns. I'm gonna have to grab a gun. I didn't actually come prepared with a weapon to kill these guys. Which, you know, not the best decision. Which gun should we use? Well, I don't want to waste time on this. Let's just use a nuclear death ray. And yes, we are going to talk about that in a future episode. So, we'll stand down here and we'll see what they're able to do to me. So even with all of these zombies punching me, they're not able to do very much damage at all. Look at this. I can stand here for quite a while. So what's happening is that I'm basically, I'm healing passively faster than they can hurt me. Now in Revolution you don't heal passively, so it wouldn't work as well. But look at this. Look at how much punching they're doing. I am not taking any damage. I can't get out of here. So that's really good. I was really not taking like any damage. And this durability is 4950 for these parts, so it's going to last a real long time. Now, when you go to repair this stuff, I actually haven't been bringing this up. I forgot to talk about this with the various armors. But when you're going to repair this stuff, what you're going to need to repair the power armor is you're going to need just power plating. Every single part will require power plating to repair, depending on how damaged it is. So keep that in mind. You're going to need some power plating to fix this stuff. But nothing else, which is nice. So that's the power armor. I quite like it. Of course, that 100% knockback resistance is very nice. I mean, you're just so heavy, they can't push you around, which is really cool. So we're going to take this off now, and we're going to put on the Exosuit. So the Exosuit is an upgrade, a straight upgrade from the Advanced Combat Suit. You actually use the Advanced Combat parts in this recipe. So if you made yourself the Advanced Combat Suit, which I would quite recommend because it's very good. If you made that for yourself, keep those parts around, because once you unlock the titanium, you can upgrade your advanced combat armor parts into the Exosuit, which is really nice. I think that's really, really cool, being able to direct upgrade using the same parts. I kind of wish the power armor used the steam armor parts, but it's not really a straight upgrade from the steam suit. It's more of a, you know, huge technological leap. So the Exosuit requires the advanced combat helmet or armor version of whatever part you're making. In this case, the helmet requires the helmet. And then it's the same on every piece. You'll need a mechanical part made out of carbon. You'll need an electric engine. You'll need an elite circuit board. And then you'll need a certain number of titanium ingots. On the helmet, it's 1 ingot. On the chest plate, you need 2 titanium ingots. On the leggings, you need 2 ingots. And on the boots, you need 1 ingot. Okay? So you're going to need only 6 titanium ingots to actually make this, which makes it a lot cheaper to get than the power armor, especially for things like, you know, titanium and carbon plates. So if you don't have a lot of titanium, if you can scrounge together 6 of it, you can make the Exosuit. You're going to have to scrounge together 14 to make the power armor. Now, because of that, it's not quite as good, but it's a bit more efficient. So it only takes 1 energy cell to completely fill the Exosuit armor. I'm pretty darn sure. Actually, let's test that claim. I'm pretty sure that that's right, but we're gonna check that out. We're gonna test that out by throwing these bits away, grabbing ourselves some empty ones. So these should all be empty, no RF at all. All right, they are no RF. How are we going to do this? I'm going to grab a fully charged energy cell and throw it on the ground. We're going to go into game mode 0. So this is completely drained. These have no power in them at all. We're actually going to throw this away just to be safe. Okay, now we're going to throw these on. See, it's at 0. We're also going to throw away our power armor because I don't want it to pull power out. There we go. And I will grab this energy cell. It has charged up our items, and it's completely drained. That's what I thought. So, what does this mean for you This means that the Exosuit is far more power efficient than the power armor. You get double the power for the same number of energy cells. So one energy cell, 7,200 power instead of 3,600. Okay? Now, like I said, energy cells are pretty easy to get at this stage, so it's not going to be, I don't think, a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind. You're going to need to feed this armor fewer power cells. And if you're using laser weapons, this is probably a good thing for you. Now, let's take a look at these stats on this thing. It's got 26% armor and projectile defense, 21.5% on the explosive and the elemental damages, and then 12% poison and 7.2% radiation. Now, on every single one of these pieces, what you'll find is that it's only a couple percentages lower than the power armor. It's very comparable, 6.6 versus 7.2, 5.5 versus 6. So they're very, very close together. So in my opinion, these damage values, these armor values, really shouldn't be the deciding factor as to which one you go with, because it's very close. It's about 2% in most cases. Yeah, it's 2% difference. So the Exosuit is 2% less protective than the power armor is. Okay? But you do get some nice extra benefits. For the helmet, you get a 20% increase in move speed, 7.5% increase in mining speed, and 15% knockback. On the chest, you get another 20% move speed, another 7.5% mining, and 30% knockback. You get 20% move speed, 7.5%, and 20% knockback on the legs, and you get 20% move speed, minus 50% fall damage, minus 5 fall height, plus 7.5% move speed and 15% knockback and step assist. That is the highest fall damage and fall height reduction on any of these armors. I mean, minus 5, you can fall really far with this thing compared to normal and take no damage. And fall damage minus 50% is even better. You could probably fall into a chasm and survive with this stuff. I mean, it's fall damage minus 50% is big. Plus all that move speed. That's 100% additional move speed. Well, 20, 40, 60, actually 80% increased move speed. You go really quick. Look at this. I'm not sprinting right now. You just got a jump boost. I'm not sprinting. When I do sprint, look at this. Look at this. The Exosuit is just really, really fast. Nothing else is faster in this mod. This is the fastest armor in the mod. Also, I think the jump boost jumps you a lot higher than the power armor. At least, it definitely feels like that. You're able to jump up. It looks like more than. It looks like you can jump up. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can jump up at least 4 blocks, which is nice. I can actually jump up here. That's a lot of blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 blocks. So I can jump up 5 blocks, which is really cool. That'll be really useful. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the knockback resistance. So we got 30, 50, 65, and 80%. Yeah, so you're not getting 100% knockback resist, but you are getting 80%. So these are the trade-offs. With the Exosuit, you move faster, a lot faster than the power armor. You get more mining speed boost, but you get less knockback resistance. If the knockback in the extra armor is really important to you, you might want to go with the power armor. But if you like the speed, the Exosuit is definitely a good option. So let's do the same thing we did before. I will let's not be on our healthiness. Actually, yes. No, because we'll just see how much damage they can do. Okay, already you can see they are dealing more damage to me now than they did when I was wearing the power armor. Okay, so it does make a difference, that extra 2%. They were dealing more damage. Now, if I go back and we get ourselves back up to full health and full food saturation and compare it again, we may get a we'll see what happens, because I want it to be fair. I want it to be a fair comparison. So we'll eat these pork chops. We'll let our health come back up. Well, we actually don't need to do that. As long as our health is regenerating, we'll be able to see the effect. Because remember, with the power armor on, they basically could not out-damage my passive health regen from having full food. Now here they clearly can. So it's quite obvious that the power armor does have a significant benefit. That 2% extra armor is doing something. There might be some hidden stuff in there as well. Because the power armor, I could stand in those zombies for a really long time. I don't feel like I could do that with the advanced combat armor. But, the power armor is supposed to turn you into a tank, and it totally does that. The advanced combat armor, I mean the exosuit, what am I doing? It's because it's made from that. The exosuit is designed to make you a far more mobile, far more quick on your feet sort of a fighter. Which is very cool. I like that. I like that you have two different options. Now, just for fun, let's grab a stone pick. And we'll go over here and we'll pick some stone. So I just want to see what the difference is. So let's go ahead and go back into survival. We'll take this off and we'll get a baseline. Okay, so that's how long it takes to break it. And now we'll throw this back on. I feel like that's faster. Put the power armor on. Yeah, so I definitely think that the exosuit, you can tell the difference with the mining speed boost. There you go. Sick. So that's these two armors. They're really cool. They're very close together, but they do have definite pros and cons compared to each other. Just to run down it one last time. The exosuit is more energy efficient. You gain a ton of movement speed. You have a higher jump boost. And that's basically it. That's the benefit of the exosuit over the power armor. With the power armor, you get more defenses. You get bonus health. You get full 100% knockback resistance, which is big. And you just turn into a big tank. The enemies have a difficult time damaging you. Both of these armors are excellent. Once you unlock titanium, I highly recommend getting one of these sets. Remember that the exosuit is far cheaper for titanium than the power armor. That's another benefit of the exosuit. But if you've got enough titanium to go whole hog, I definitely can recommend the power armor. But if you're going to be traveling a lot, running around in the wild and exploring, the exosuit is definitely the way to go because of that super high movement speed boost. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. In the next episode, we'll cover the HEV suit and a bunch of accessories. Because we're going to be talking about accessories. We're going to go over the accessories in Techguns. These are items that you can use with or without armor that will give you some of the benefits that these armors come packed with. Like this cool jump boost right here. You can get that without the armor. We'll take a look at that next week. We're getting close to the end. After that, we're going to take a look at the nuclear death ray. And we're going to get through the last of the mod. And basically, I think we're going to be done in 2 more episodes. So, I hope you've been enjoying the series. Stay tuned for future episodes. Like and comment this video if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Join our Discord if you're interested. I'm Sentinel H, and I'm signing out.